here. I've also been asked to give you an update on the Hope project for the demolitions of those 2 structures. So the asbestos testing identified no asbestos-containing materials in the 2 houses unless something else came up during demolition that was unforeseen. So bids for the demolitions were open today and are still under review for completeness and that the bidders are responsible bidders. But the apparent low bid is within the project guidelines. So I look forward to hopefully awarding that contract very soon, hopefully before the end of the week. The 2 low bidders were within the project guidelines, and we received 4. And while I've got your ear for just a couple of other topics, we're going to do some review of code topics with Mr. Popovich upcoming. Do a little bit of review of our zoning ordinance and our sign ordinance and various other code-related ordinances to see if we can't do some work on them and needed updates, and maybe come to you with some suggestions in the near future. And another thing I would like to ask council for a little bit of a direction on is related to the Nettleton property and the Rivermont property. To keep that moving along, I would like to ask you to basically allow us to draft the RFPs for those 2 properties to be put out for possible economic development projects. Bring it to you for your review. And that way you've got something to work with moving forward. You can give us a little bit of feedback about it, but to get those moving forward.
I'm good with that. You just need a consensus?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What about some of the other parcels?
Some of the other parcels, I'm thinking we'll just draft you some guidelines, informational documents related to each parcel, recommendations about how we need to do survey work to them possibly, or we're working on some of them now with the Commissioner's Office to have them segregated on tax tickets. They're actually deeded and platted as individual parcels that may have been combined onto one tax ticket when there's actually 2 lots on this side of an alley and 2 lots on this side of an alley. It's kind of hard to convey properties like that when they should be disposed of separately. So we're working through that, and I'll prep some documents for you related to each individual one and topics to them. Some of the parcels don't lend themselves to being built on, even though they're zoned residential. They don't have any existing street frontage that's developed. And those are things I think that are important to know, and for the people who possibly may purchase them to know before they buy them. Which one of them?
The one that you did for Dorian.
Oh, yes, and we are definitely monitoring Dorian. Participated in a statewide conference call with VDM today. They're currently not anticipating large impacts in our region. That's subject to change, as you know. The weather changes every day, every minute, but they are monitoring very closely and keeping us updated with what's going on.
Leo says no rain past Richmond. Boy, that's what.
I hope Leo's correct. But I've got the feeling some of our friends and neighbors in adjacent states are going to have a pretty rough ride.
Yeah, North Carolina's governor just gave a formal address this afternoon.
Thank you, Eric.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.